All right guys, I thought I'd do just a quick video of some of the drills that I've been working on recently as it relates to turning and just keeping your body centered over the bike. So this is stuff, most of which I picked up from Ray Peters, and I'm just gonna walk you through what I've been doing as a warm-up lately. So this is just no clutch figure eights. I got no brakes on, no clutch, and I'm just working on small amounts of throttle to keep myself balanced as I'm doing figure eights. The next one that I actually preferred was one-handed figure eights with the clutch. So this is throttle hand free. I just feel like I've got more control with the clutch right now than I do with the throttle, with small amounts of throttle. So this is going to be left-handed figure eights. Just barely slipping that clutch as needed. And then we're going to try and do one-handed figure eights with the right hand. This took a while to get comfortable doing. I'm still not really that comfortable doing it because as soon as I got to give it throttle, especially on this turn, my right-hand turn, it's like when I give it throttle, I tend to get offline. But small amounts of throttle, just working on that throttle control and that balance. Initiating the turn with peg pressure and staying centered, balanced over the bike. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, just working on initiating that turn, going down the driveway. And I think this is really where peg pressure gets valuable. You can start to feel it. So if you are initiating the turn with your feet, it's way different than when you put both hands on the handlebar. Sometimes it's good just to put both hands on the handlebar and see, what am I doing? Am I turning the bars or am I initiating the turns with my feet? So do the same thing coming back with the left hand. Sometimes if I realize I need more practice on one particular turn rather than doing it as a full figure eight, I'll just do it as circles. As soon as I give it gas, I feel like I go offline, so really trying to make those small amounts of gasoline very subtle. And I'm on my toes more than I used to be. I used to be more on my arches, and now I'm much more on my toes. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and make a nice big figure eight turn. This is going to be no clutch, two hands, just kind of laying out an easy, comfortable figure eight before we do it one-handed. And grass usually makes the impulses of the engine more noticeable. It's not perfectly flat like my driveway. And the nice thing about grass is I can intentionally try and follow the exact same track. So after a couple times around, I can start to see where my tires were, and now I'm trying to duplicate that line. So Ray told me that what's more important than a tight turn is being able to follow your line, being able to be straight on line where you need to be. So in this particular drill, there's no consequence for being offline, and I can see the outside tire as well as the inside tire line after just a few revolutions through. So I really like this one in the grass. And then if you can do the same thing on a hillside, even better. I don't have a hillside directly near me that I'm going to set the camera up on, but you guys get the idea. Do the same thing with my left hand only. Now, going through the grass, it is a little bit harder. The engine tends to die if I'm not real careful. But this one just makes it even slower. And I personally like doing it with both hands, the right and the left, because then I'm getting I don't know, I think it's like equal challenging, because it's the outside turns I don't think are as hard because I can put weight out here to counter the turn, but it's when I'm turning to the inside with this hand, I think that's the harder one for me anyway. All right, and then lastly I'm going to be working on floaters, especially using that peg pressure. So just going rocking back and forth, side to side. A couple of things that have really helped me is putting pressure on that inside and then lifting up on the outside elbow. So in order for the floater to work, the bike definitely has to be leaning, so I want to get the bike leaning. I was really guilty of trying to do floaters and pulling in on the bars. Now I'm trying to do wheelies with more like cable arms. And not using the front brake, but just giving a good quick knee dip before the wheelie, before the power pulse. I think it really helps to focus on pushing down hard on that foot peg and lifting up with this elbow, this left elbow. So I'm almost trying to bend the bike, which I can't, but lifting up with the left, pushing down with the right, looking where I want to go. Really letting the bike lean, which is something that's taken a while. All right, guys, that's been my warm-up as of late. Time to get to work, and I'll see you in the next one.